Nice. 81 again. Let's go. Backed it up, baby. I backed it up, baby.
Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back to Ironclad RC. I'm Big B. I got my little shrimp outrigger. This is a wood outrigger kit you can get for relatively dirt cheap. I mean, 30-40 bucks depending on the vendor. I've had this boat for a couple years and I've done a lot of modifications to it. I've had several guys on Facebook, questions on YouTube about my AOA, and some questions about the ski that I want to answer today. Okay, this is an 81 mile per hour shrimp outrigger. It may not look all that great. I've patched it, I've broken it, I've fixed it in so many different places, and it actually holds a special place in my heart. You know, it's one of my favorite boats. So stick around. Big B, one Ironclad RC. Okay. All right, so you guys have seen this boat countless times. You've seen me do ovals with it. You've seen me do saw passes. I've got a couple custom props, and really makes this boat scoot. So up until I built this boat on YouTube, most everybody followed the original build plan with a little outrunner motor, you know, a little 2030 or even like a 380 motor they would throw in this thing. And I actually feel that I was one of the first people to put a big block in it. This is a 2968 4000 kV motor with a Flycolor 90, and man, it was fast, period, with this motor. But you could only run a handful of props, and the boat would handle okay with those few props that I've tested on it. So I got the boat on the bench. I started doing some modifications, and I installed this rear ski. And a lot of guys say it's not necessary. You know, the rear ski, it don't need it. It's such a small boat, it don't need it. But putting a rear ski on this particular shrimp outrigger actually opened up a lot more doors to prop choice. Before, you needed somewhat of a lifting prop to keep the back of the boat up and for it to run halfway decent. Now with the ski keeps the back of the boat up, and you can basically run any prop on this boat you want to. Whether or not you got a big block, a small block, you can pretty much run any prop on this thing with the rear skis. I feel the rear ski on this particular setup with the larger big block 2968 motor, I feel the rear ski is completely necessary. I really do. The heavier motor aft in the boat, I had to move my turn fin aft. The ski was completely necessary, in my personal opinion. Now, also take into consideration, if you're building this boat, you need a carbon fiber, fiberglass, or an aluminum motor mount. The wood included motor mount for this boat will not work. It'll pull right out this soft wood. Ask me how I know. Okay, I also lowered the angle of my motor when I replaced that motor mount, and lowered the actual motor itself in the hull. Okay, so I feel this is completely necessary. I really do with this setup. If you're going lightweight motor, there's not a lot of weight back here, you don't need it. You don't need the rear ski. I've actually messed around with my AOA. I've had to replace these boom tubes several times, and every time I replace them, I would actually incrementally reduce my angle of attack on my forward sponsons. Now, on this boat, it's going to be actually kind of hard. I mean, it's not hard to get the angle of attack right for you guys, because I'm going to tell you the angle of this, and I'm going to tell you the angle of my rear ski. Just know that I'm going to do my best. This has like a curve on it, you know, and I'm going to get my angle of attack right here. Okay, so I actually need to take my turn fin off. All right. Actually, I feel that I was one of the first ones to extend this turn fin off the sponson. Most guys would mount the turn fin right here. I actually had to extend it to get my turn fin in the right area because I put a big block in it, a much heavier motor than what the boat is designed for, so I had to like extend it off my sponson. Okay, got my turn fin off. I got the boat sitting on the glass. I kicked the rudder up, okay, and you guys can see what the transom looks like sitting on the glass. Okay, that's my 81 mile per hour setup, believe it or not. All right, hadn't changed a thing. So I'm going to do my best here. I can get you this angle, no problem. That rear ski is going to be difficult because there's a radius on the bottom of this boat. There's no flat area. So get this guy here zeroed out. Okay, I'm going to set it right here on the back of this sponson, the back of my ride pad. It should be 3.25 or 3.35. All right, 3.35. If I remember right, it was 3.25 when I did my last setup, but that's close enough. All right, I'm pretty sure it started off at around 4 1/4, 4 1/2 on that sponson. I could be wrong, but it's 3.3 now. All right, the back of my ski, I just measured it with my feeler gauge here. It's 10.5 millimeters to the bottom of the ski. Okay, 10.5 millimeters. 11. It says 11. 10.5, 11. And I'm actually going to do my best to get you the angle on this rear ski. The bottom of this boat is not flat, so there's no real reference I can put this that's going to carry over for you guys, because if I put mine here and then you put it here, it's going to throw everything off. So I guess the best place to put my level box is going to be the back corner. Okay, just going to measure it from the back corner. All right, this is going to be a different measurement if you have the boat sitting on the glass and you can somehow check the angle of your ski on the glass, but it's 3.65 from this back corner. Okay, so it's going to be different on the water. So what I can do, you got 11 millimeter height right here. Okay, 11 millimeters. $150 millimeters long by 11 millimeter high. And the width of my ski, I guess that's pretty important as well. 18 millimeters. 18 millimeters wide, 11 millimeters tall, 150 millimeters long. Okay. I also put this front step up here because I crashed the front of my boat. I didn't really gain any speed from that. So I'm actually going to edit this into the video. I wanted to show you guys my drive line real quick. All right, I got a 4mm to 4mm coupler. I'm running a 4mm flex cable. The boat come with a 0.130 flex cable, and I kept spinning that cable with some of the larger props that I was wanting to run on here. So I put a 4mm flex cable. I used the stock strut base. Okay, stock strut base with a 4mm upgraded strut. Okay, 4mm stub shaft. I use a little piece of brass tube for a shim for my propeller. All right, so I can run 3/16 props, 4mm cable, 4mm stub. I actually filed some off the top of my strut right here, so I don't run that strut flat. Okay. It's not the prettiest boat in the world, but it is one of the fastest shrimps I've seen on the interweb. So I got some more stuff I'm going to show you. My rudder, since I'm going over everything, I might as well show you guys everything. My rudder from the top of the blade to the bottom is 60 millimeters. Okay, the actual blade itself, 37 millimeters. So 60 millimeters total length 37 on the blade. It's just a cut down 70mm long rudder to reduce drag. All right, I actually run some negative angle on this boat. It likes it. I run this thing on 4S in my saw passes, and it's a 3S oval boat. Usually when I put that 2200 SMC 4S pack up here, I usually put a 1/4 inch socket, depending on what I'm trying to achieve. I may go a little bit bigger with the socket, a little heavier. If I have a different run, some props that I run the smaller socket so she don't lift up, because I am running that negative angle. It tends to lift, so I use the forward weight to kind of keep her down. And yeah, that's about it, you guys. That's about it. That's about all I can say. So now you know. Now you know. And now I'll probably get some emails about 2 or 3 months from now saying, hey, Big B, I just beat your top speed of 81 miles per hour with the shrimp. And I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, congratulations. Mind sharing your setup? Yep, it was the exact same setup you were using, B. I mean, hey, I followed everything to a T. I'm going to say, well, I'm proud of you. Nice. And then he's going to text me the next day and say, I just obliterated your PB of 81. I got 90. And I'm going to say, congratulations. I'm going to be thinking, man, why did I give out all that freaking information? Oh boy, oh boy. But I love helping the boat gang. You know, I've had a lot of questions. James Atkinson, I hope this measurement helped you out. Okay. I mean, you can use any turn fin. I made this one from some stainless steel out in the shop. It's 35mm wide from the top of my turn fin, 52. This is where I run it on my bracket, which everybody's bracket is going to be different because you have to custom make it. It's 32mm deep, okay, and from the back of the sponson to the forward, to my forward hole right here, round about 10-12mm from this hole, the forward hole, to the back of the sponson. So I'll set this on there so you guys can see. Okay. All right. And I made a jig, and I put a slight bend in the bottom of my turn fin, and it hooks up in a turn. It holds this boat like no other. All right. Polished it, sharpened it, and I do ovals with a turn fin, and if I'm doing straights, I take it off. You know, it takes a whole country mile to turn this boat, but without the turn fin on. But if you're doing saw passes, you don't really need a tight turn now, do you? So that's my setup. All right, got a little micro power HD. I run an SR 215 rocket 2968 4000 kV with a Flycolor 90. All right, we'll see you guys next time. I really hope this answered some of you guys' questions. Putting that rear ski on really opened up the amount of props I can run on this boat, and the boat run a lot smoother with pretty much any prop that I throw on the boat. It'll run smooth and fast, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Big B, we're Ironclad RC.